today. I think Gene's got a really good team on his hands. That quarterback, I had a couple words for him there at the end. I think he and the guy from Texas A&M are going to be real stars in this league. Really good young man. Obviously, it was very effective today. They got a lot of yards on us, and fortunately, we were able to get the lead early. Josh did a terrific job finding his receivers down the field. Gave us an opportunity to play with the lead, or at least in some control of the game at home. And we were content to give up some yards. We just didn't want to give up a whole bunch of points. And obviously, the points there at the end we weren't excited about, but I thought the kids played a pretty solid game. We got a little bit daring there with the fake field goal. Could have gone for the points and not made it so interesting, but we want to try to play as aggressive as we could. I thought that we got our comeuppance with the fake punt. That was awesome. That play will surface again somewhere, I can assure you. That fake punt was terrific. So a lot of good things happened in the game. It was exactly what we expected. Once again, I'll say that Gene's done a great job, and he's in a situation where he's probably a year away from really being able to make a run at it. But you just got to look at how they're preparing, how they're doing things there. He's doing a really good job, so I have a lot of admiration. He's a good friend, and I have a lot of admiration for him. Brandon Banks was terrific again, and he's been that way since he's been here. He's been very consistent, and he's a real competitor, and real pleased for him and all the other guys who did so much to give these seniors and all of us a win today. So that'll take questions.
Ron, can you talk about just how satisfying it is to go out on this kind of note, not only for you and your staff, but for the 20 seniors as well in the program?
Yeah, we talked a lot about this week. These seniors have been through a lot now. These are a pretty small group of kids who were recruited out of high school as scholarship players. Some junior college guys who we tried to add to that group, knowing that it was going to be a small group. But really the guys who and I don't have a lack of respect for any of those other two groups, but those walk-on kids have been so important to us. Guys like Chris Bamberger and Andrew Burker and so many other guys, Heath Alexander, some of those guys are so important to what we've been doing in the kicking game. And guys who are really unselfish, guys like Cedric Wilson who changed positions. And had we been smarter, maybe he would be a great corner because he could have been there all 3 years, but we were so depleted at wide receiver at one point. He was unselfish, never said a word, however I can help, and that's been his mentality. And got a lot of respect for those guys. But very satisfying for the coaches and for the seniors. These seniors will probably be a group that will be very successful because they've seen a lot of ups and downs. They've seen a lot of talented people come and go. They've seen people who couldn't hang in there and really stick with the fight. They've had some their own personal things they've had to try to overcome. But I think this is a group that will really cross their T's and dot their I's for the rest of their life. And I think we'll hear a lot from these guys on a bigger stage, because ultimately that's what this is about. It's about educating and preparing young people for the future, and these are all kids that have a real good chance to make an exciting impression on this global world that we're living in, and I'm really proud of them.
Coach, what are your emotions right now?
I'm sorry?
What are your emotions right now?
I'm really glad we won the game. I told the kids after the game, I was raised by a career NCO, and try to be the same guy every day. So I'm really satisfied that we got the win, and that's about it. So real happy for those seniors. Go ahead.
Sorry, Coach.
That's all right.
Every coach on Senior Day has to say goodbye to a group of seniors. In your situation, you have to say goodbye to an entire team. Is that a little different?
I think so. I think it's a little bit different. It's one of the challenging things about this. The folks who I feel for the most are the parents of these players, especially for the young players, because you sat in their homes and you told them exactly what the deal was going to be, and then you're going to go to class and become an educated person and do all those things and improve as a player and be on a winning team, etc. So they have some uncertainty just because they're not living it. They're back home wherever home is, wondering what's going on. The players are resilient. They'll be fine. They'll bounce back. K-State will get a great coach, and they'll play hard for them. I have no concern about that. And then the assistant coaches, and their families who really have, the families of those assistant coaches. They didn't call any plays, or they didn't do anything, that they shouldn't have done, and so now they've got to, be uprooted out of school and out of different, situations and move across the country, whatever it is. So obviously, I feel most for those two groups, the parents of these kids, and the assistant coaches and their families who have to move. So those are the two groups I feel the most for.